Alright, so at the New Orleans Saints Celebrity Hall of Fame Celebrity Golf Tournament, Spencer Rattler let it be known that he is ready to compete with Tyler Shough for the starting quarterback job for your New Orleans Saints for the 2025-2026 early season campaign. However, there's been some chatter, among the fan base, online, message boards, even in the media, the local media, discussing it, debating if Spencer Rattler goes out there during training camp and preseason and wins the job and beats Tyler Shough outright to become the Saints QB1. Some people view that as Shough is a wasted pick if Rattler becomes Saints starting QB, because they feel as though you could have used that pick on another position, on a premium position, like another wide receiver, like a big body wide receiver that a lot of people have been criticizing the Saints draft for not taking one of those type of players with one of those picks. And I get what people saying. I understand. That's fair. But to me, if Spencer Rattler beats Tyler Shough and becomes Saints starting QB, I think it is what it is. I don't think that pick at 40 is a waste. I don't think Tyler Shough being taken at 40 is a wasted pick. Because even though Rattler may look better than Shough, and he comes into the season as starting QB, you never know what's going to happen. You never know if Rattler goes down with an injury, because that has become, since Drew Brees has retired, even during Drew Brees' final years, the Saints have dealt with injuries at the quarterback position. These quarterbacks can't stay on the field. Look what happened with Jameis Winston. He was scrambling, got injured. Derek Carr, same issues, injuries, can't stay on the field. So if Rattler had to go down, can Shough come in? And Shough, that's a job that will lead to an opportunity for Shough to prove himself once again. But I don't think it's a wasted pick. Because it's a second round pick. If Rattler beats him, oh well. But that way, Shough will be your backup quarterback. And maybe if he's not an NFL starter, a high-end NFL starter, he could be your backup. He could be your guy that you can sit down. You can have him sit down, learn the system. Learn the ins and outs of that offense. If Spencer Rattler beats him. And then even if he beats him during training camp in the preseason, how's he going to look at during the regular season against teams that have all their starters? You know what I mean? Has Rattler gotten any better? But to me, man, look, I root for both guys. May the best man win. Rattler does have, I think, to a certain extent, in regards to the experience, Rattler has the leg up on Tyler Shough. He started in several games last season. On the downside, he didn't win. He showed a lot of his flaws, but he did what he could given the circumstances. And also, Rattler was just thrown into a bad situation, man. A really bad situation for a young quarterback. With the Saints, roster depleted with injuries. That was just a bad situation for any young quarterback. But I thought he did. I thought he, he did what he could with what he had to work with. 2 top wide receivers out, offensive line, constant rotations in your offensive line, aging defense. You lose lost, you trade away Marshawn Lattimore. So those guys got he has now a year of experience over Tyler Shough, regardless of how you view it. You know, they say Tyler Shough, out of all the prospects in any 2025 class, they view Shough as being QB ready, as the one that's a quarterback that's most prepared to run an NFL offense. That's based on his maturity, his attributes, his size, structure, his age. They view him as the most NFL ready prospect out of everybody. But he went in the second round. And I think that was mainly because of his age. But that's not, and if he doesn't have NFL experience. Even Jake Hader has some NFL experience over Spencer Rattler. Not Spencer Rattler, over Tyler Shough. It's not much, but he has NFL experience. So I'm just looking forward to seeing how much growth Rattler will show going into his second year. I know it's a new offense. Can he pick up this new offense in training camp efficiently, quickly? You know what I'm saying? Can he become the field general of this team? Because a lot of folks in Saint circles, including myself, I don't have the access as some people on the ground down on that line of drive, but they feel as though Rattler has to knock it out of the park. Has to come in there lights out to really sway the coaches that he should be the Saints starting QB. You know what I mean? So, no, I don't think Shough will be a wasted pick at 40. And I do one of my, kind of criticisms of this draft was that the Saints didn't use one of those picks on a wide receiver, on a big body type wide receiver, because there were several that were available, but it is what it is. Maybe they address it in free agency, but no, it won't be a wasted pick. Shough will just be the backup QB. And he got it for 4 years, he's going to be 26 going into the regular season, so he got him for 4 years. I mean, if he doesn't, latch on right away, then oh well, maybe next year. Maybe, God forbid, but if Rattler goes down with an injury, he can come in and prove himself once again. But if not, and Rattler stays healthy and the offense is clicking on all cylinders, Shough would just be the backup QB. He got him for 4 years, I believe. So, what was the rush? What was the outrage about? 4 years, cheap contract. Got Rattler on a cheap contract. So, and if both don't work out, you pick next year. You pick high again next year. Like the Titans did. Will Levis didn't work out. You got him some weapons. Still didn't work out. You picked the following year. And look what happened. You got Cam Ward. So, no harm, no foul, in my opinion. What's done is done now. 2025 NFL draft is in the books. So, you gotta live with it. So, there's that. All right, so that's for y'all for right now. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. Do you feel as though Tyler Shough would be a wasted pick if Spencer Rattler beats him out for the Saints starting QB job? blessed day. Peace. I'm out.